All right, good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? I see Jet, Isabella, Hadassah. You guys are all my diehard morning cartooning artists. You guys are here every morning. Glad to see you guys here. Um, Build a boat for treasure. That's a Roblox game that you're talking about, Jet. I'll have to check it out. Build a boat for treasure. So I'm guessing you have to build a boat to get treasure and hopefully like scuba dive down, or maybe you go down with the boat. Is it a haunted boat? I don't know. um Very cool. And who said, Isabella, you said you had a crazy dream. If you guys noticed in the comment, I asked you guys if you had any crazy dreams this week, because that's what we're going to be focusing on today, and drawing and illustrating our dreams. That's the thing that people have been doing for a long, long time. I definitely did not make it up, but it'll be kind of cool to see because sometimes it can help us process and do different things. What's up, Mason? Just joined in. Hi, how's it going? Mason, have you had any crazy dreams? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So, um, to start us off, let's do our morning game plan. And today, all that is just we go through what we're going to do in class today, and that way you guys kind of have an idea and you know what you're in for. Let's see. I just came in. There's like three stages, like crazy level for the boat game. It's real me. I changed my profile picture. Oh, nice. I can kind of see it. It looks really small from how big I have it. So we start off with the art review, which we look at the art that you guys sent me in this week, which we do have a couple, which is nice. And then we go into our quote of the day, which is I gave you guys a quote to inspire us all into getting us into a good headspace and mindset to draw. So, and that's what we do our morning mindfulness, which is trying to get ourselves mentally ready and aware of like what we're feeling, just so that we can put that down onto paper and hopefully have a good experience drawing or coloring or whatever we're gonna do. Um, then we have our two art activities. So I have two different art icons that change each week, but I won't tell you what they are. That's going to be a surprise. And in between the two art activities, we do a karate break just to keep our bodies loose along with our minds. And then we do our challenge of the day, which I send you guys off with something that you can try to do after we finish. And then we do our morning mail and check out any new letters or emails that I got from you guys. Because I love getting emails from you guys and just like seeing the art that you're working on or the different projects or what's been going on in your lives. That's why I like teaching this class. Because I actually don't get any money from this. I just do it because I like drawing and I like teaching other people how to draw and hopefully inspiring other people to try out different techniques and introduce them to new artists and stuff. I just love talking about it. So um, that's why I made this channel. All right, guys. And yeah, so our art review. So on the right, all the way over there, that was mine. And then this is Zach's, which I really like. We did collaging like Henry Matisse. So in order to do that, we would paint on Ernest and Celestine. Who's that? We could definitely do an episode, I think. I had the same dream as last week, where I died repeatedly. Ooh, we'll definitely go into that one, Isabella. I had a dream I was a mutant cat. Oh, this is going to be a fun class, I could tell already. If we drew nightmares, I would draw tsunamis. Well, I think we're not drawing just like terrible things. We're drawing nightmares that we actually had. Unless you actually had a nightmare about a tsunami. I was actually just talking to my Apple support person, and they were telling me how they had experienced a bunch of hurricanes in their life, and it would like knock over trees and crazy stuff. It sounds like a nightmare. Um, Hadassah, you said Ernest and Celestine. That sounds really familiar. Is that like a kid's book? Celestine. Let me see. Okay. I wrote it down and I'll definitely look it up. Okay. But yeah, loved this drawing, this picture that that Zach drew. It looks like you're kind of going for a giant peach hanging out of a green cloud, or maybe that's a tree. Who knows? Very cool. But I love the kind of texture and the colors that you used for those like peachy colors. Really cool. Oh, it's a movie. Oh, your nightmares are only about tsunamis? That's crazy, Jet. I wonder if you wake up like all tangled up in your blankets? Um, Isabella did really cool pictures. This is from our dinosaur and Dragon Prince episode a couple episodes back, and really cool. I really liked how you somehow made all of, like, you made like the skeletons of these animals like kind of scary, but also like very aesthetically pleasing. Like they have a good shape to them, especially the tortoise. That is adorable. That looks. Slider, do you want to see it? Slider's walking around right now. Hold on. I'm going to make my camera nice and big. Here's Slider. He wants to say hi. Look how big he's getting. Say hi, guys. And he's getting really strong, too. All right. It's almost too heavy for me to pick up with my bad arm. I woke up with an insane bedhead. Oh, it's a sunset. Oh, very cool. Nice. Thanks, Zach. And Isabel, just great job with your skeletons too. Really cool. I was really impressed when I saw these. All right. Now, if you guys want to send in your art, you could do it easy by email or Instagram too. If you guys have an Instagram, Slider, they all say hi to you. All right, our quote of the day comes from Mr. Salvador Dalí, and he's one of my favorite artists by far. Good morning, Mo. All right, so he said a true artist is not one who is inspired, but one who inspires other, which I think is a great quote to have, because it takes you doing your artwork, and instead of doing it from like a very I don't want to say selfish, because I think it's important to do art for yourself too, but I think it's important to realize that it's not all about you. So it can be about you a little bit, but it's also about you knowing yourself, being able to connect with yourself and represent yourself on a canvas or a piece of paper, but also doing that so that hopefully you can connect with other people too. Speaking of connecting with other people, you see that picture all the way over there of Salvador Dali in the tan jacket, and then the guy next to him, if you guys recognize him, that is actually Walt Disney. And Salvador Dali and Walt Disney were friends, and they actually worked on a piece. They started working on an animation called Destino, and you could see it if you have Disney Plus, and or you could just see pictures of it if you look on it on like Google. And it was a project that they worked on. They didn't get to finish it, but then somebody, I think Walter's son and like a team of other artists were able to finish the animation, and it looks pretty cool. Did you look up Pikmin, teacher? I did look up Pikmin, and I'm going to add it to our drawing. It's I've never seen it before, but I'll add it to our thing. What in particular did you want to draw from Pikmin, by the way? Yeah, Salvador was a Spanish surrealist, famous for his technical skill, precise draftsmanship, and the striking and bizarre images in his work. And if you don't know a surrealist or surrealism, that's when you paint something that looks real, but it also very much isn't real, because it's like impossible. It doesn't exist. So he's very famous for his other picture painting up there, the melting clocks. And he's also known for painting a lot of like kind of melty things, some things that are changing form, things that almost look very dreamlike, because that was his inspiration for his. I did look up Animal Crossing, and that's actually going to be our next episode class. We're going to do some Animal Crossing. I might have to talk to my sister though, because she actually plays it and I don't. But yeah, if you see the one right next to my head, this one right here, this is actually a self-portrait he did, but it looks like the skin is just kind of melting and gooey and hanging off of these like crutches. And it even says on the bottom right here, it says soft self-portrait. And this is Salvador himself with the mustache. Yeah. Yeah, he was an interesting dude. I think he had a pet anteater at one point. So he was definitely doing a lot of stuff. What was kind of interesting though was that he didn't come up with all these dreams because of drugs or alcohol. Really, he tried to kind of stay sober throughout a lot of this, a lot of his inspiration, which I think is kind of cool because you hear a lot of artists and it sounds like they're doing all these crazy like psychedelics, but he actually did all these amazing pieces and he was completely sober, um, which I think just shows that you don't need to do those things to be a creative artist, and that's kind of cool too. Um, and he even did some tricks. Did I get my email about Animal Crossing? Yes, I did, Jet. Um, I think I respond. If I didn't, I'll respond right after this class. Um, but it was about the guy that you wanted me to draw, right? We wanted to draw him. I think no, I emailed you back, Jet. Check your email. Because I was saying we could even maybe do like a clay sculpture because they look like I don't think we've done that yet. And maybe if we do clay sculpture, Jet, we can do that could be a kind of fun way to do Animal Crossing. Since it does look very 3D. Um, but yeah, Salvador Dali. He was he tried to get into the dream state, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but he would try to actively remember his dreams more, and so he would do this thing where he would hold a bowl. Yeah, let me show you guys. So he would hold a spoon in one hand and he would hold like a metal bowl in the other hand while he was falling asleep outside, and as he would fall asleep his hand would drop the spoon and clang into the bowl, so he'd wake up and then he would pick it up and hold it again and then doze off back to sleep. So he kept on like trying to get himself to wake up right as he was falling asleep, and in that way he felt like that was going to help him remember his dreams better. And according to this Netflix documentary about sleeping and dreams, they actually say that if you want to try to remember your dreams more, you should drink like 3 big cups of water before you go to bed, because then that'll get you to wake up in the middle of the night. And if you're able to wake up and then go back to sleep and then wake up and then go back to sleep, that'll actually help you remember the dreams, which is kind of cool. All right, and our morning mindfulness. So as we take a moment to breathe, um, okay, now we're breathing. Think of someone who you know who has personally inspired you. Now, obviously, you guys would pick me, but you don't pick somebody else other than me. So we pick something different. Let me know in the comment. I think it is my mom's email. Yeah, Jed, I think I got it. I think I responded to it. I would check. Oh, I think if you're saying your mom can only check it, so have her check it then. A really awesome songs, but unfortunately, I'm never remember. Oh, do you hear the songs, but they're like made up songs, or are they real songs that already exist? All right, and also in the chat, let me know of a person who inspires you, and what are the qualities of this person that inspire you most? What was your relationship to the person? Were they your family member, a friend, your coach, a teacher, etc.? Um, and what do you think their motivation was when they inspired you? Um, yes, exactly. Yes, definitely. My mom is an inspiration. Um, and what was that person's motivation when that person inspired you? Were they just kind of like living in their element and that was inspiring, or was it they were actively trying to help you and that was what was inspiring to you, that they were connecting with you? Whatever it was, I'd love to hear about it. And as we move on to the next portion of class, I invite you to take this opportunity to hear what Sal said and start seeing yourself as someone with the capabilities to inspire others, not only with your art, but also with your actions and your words as well. So hopefully we all inspire people in the best of ways, and think of ways that maybe that you are an inspiration to other people. Elena Cho, Mrs. Augustine, my mom, Sylvia, Eugene, Clark. Oh, wow, awesome. She's hardworking, talented, energetic. If you do say so yourself, Mom. A YouTuber called ZHC. Very cool. And what is it about these guys and ladies that inspire you? What do you guys like about them? I dream of a crazy hotel where you could pick slabs of swordfish steak and have them made into hamburgers and eat while you watched carrots and chickens dancing. Okay, Zach, we definitely need to draw that one. That is amazing. That sounds like a hilarious. Was it a funny dream or was it a scary dream? Because it sounds like it could go kind of either way. Um, okay. So next part right here is I had a dream, and this is about dreams that I've had first. I want to share with you guys just to inspire you because we saw some of Salvador Dali's drawings, and now I wanted to show you some of mine. Okay, so these were a couple dreams. Some of them are really old, like on the ones right behind me. These I did, I think, when I was in like high school or college or something. That top one up there, that was definitely, I think, that was like when I first got Photoshop and a drawing tablet. So I think I was in high school or college, or yeah, high school, like freshman or junior year or something like that in high school. And I had a dream in this top one that I was in this like dark, like abandoned hospital, and there's this huge rat that was chasing me. Um, let's see what else we got. The ones all the way on the right side. Let me see. These ones right here. Right here. These guys right here. So this was my old bedroom growing up, and then this one was, it was like these like cranes, these like backhoes or whatever those were called, that were going to destroy my old house, and then this is me trying to save my turtles and run into a van where the rest of my family was in, because they were going to tear down my old house where I used to live in Clifton, New Jersey. And that was a dream that I had recently. And I think, yeah, it was a weird dream. I woke up very not rested. And then this one to right here, this pink one, it was really weird. It looked like there was like a whale floating in the sky, but it was like one of those like pink cotton candy skies and sunsets. And I recently drew this picture because it was just so vivid I could remember it. But yeah, these were a couple of dreams that I had, and recently and kind of a long time ago, and it was just fun to draw them out. And I definitely wrote down a lot more dreams that I've had, but I didn't get to draw them all. But it's kind of cool because it's like looking back, it's like they totally random and inspired almost, from what I would normally draw, which is kind of a fun way to draw, especially if you're trying to look for inspiration and trying to change up or use different styles. And that's what I did with these pictures. So as we go on, I have here are this comic strip called Little Nemo in Slumberland, and this was a by Windsor, no, not Windsor McKay. Who is it by? McKay is his last name for sure. Oh, it is Windsor McKay. Yeah. Okay. I was right. Okay. So this is a whole comic strip that was going on for a long time. I think they even made it into an animated show. There's likely a lot of meaning. Oh yeah, we'll go into the meaning part of the dreams in a little bit. I'm trying not to get ahead of ourselves. Right now, I just wanted to be creative and let us explore, and then we can go into like what the dreams kind of mean. This guy, Little Nemo in Slumberland, it was a really cool strip because they're drawn kind of realistically, very classically drawn, and he had all these crazy dreams. And then at the end of the comics, he would always wake up, and you could see him getting out of bed. I'm getting up as fast as I can, Mama. I'm getting up. You had better, she says, because he definitely did not want to, for whatever reason, stay awake in this reality. He also had some crazy dreams too, which was really fun. It was just a really interesting comic. And I believe Bill Watterson even said that this was an inspiration for his comic strip Calvin and Hobbes, which is cool. And he has ones where he's like, the bed is moving, he's flying in the bed and stuff. This one, I think it looks like he wet the bed, and that's what happened, was that the turkey dropped him from his house into, I must run and swim to my mama and papa quick. I just must find out. Yeah, I don't know what he drowned in, but yeah. Really cool comic strips. Look at how beautifully that was drawn and how wild it was, and even the little face on the moon and stuff. Really cool. Um, Now, if you don't recognize this one, you'll probably recognize this next one of a famous girl that had a dream. And so, what I'm just trying to show you right now is that like how um, how we've incorporated dreams into our normal culture, and how this is something that we've always done. There's even ancient Egyptian pillars where they have hieroglyphics where they describe dreams that people had. And and it's always just something that was so fascinating because usually they're very imaginative. Like I always am curious, like if people back in ancient Egyptian days had similar dreams like we have now, or is it different? Obviously, they won't have cars, or the houses won't look the same. It's a really good way to expressing them because dreams are usually so complex that when you try to explain them, exactly, Hadassah. Yeah, I definitely uh, I have a couple friends that really like to dissect dreams and like figure out what they might be meaning or saying, and definitely having the pictures just to send them and be like, this is exactly what it looked like in my head. um, it was kind of cool because then they could just easily see it. Have you drawn your own dreams, Sadasa? um, yeah. And so yeah, so Dorothy, these are the dreams. This is, she had the dream of the Wizard of Oz, and these characters in her dreams were played by her uncles or her grandfather, whoever, I forget who, but they're these three guys right here, and they're actually played by the same actors who play the characters in her dream, which is kind of cool. And that's usually how dreams work too. It's pulling stuff from our own reality. Oh, Sienna and Nick. Oh, awesome. Hey guys, I'm so excited that you guys are here. Sienna and Nick are like my OG students from like, I don't know how many years ago. You guys are awesome. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm so excited. You guys picked a good class to join in on. We're talking about dreams. Have you guys had any dreams this week that were crazy? Okay, so we did Little Nemo in Slumberland. We did Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Now I wanted to show you guys how I go through my process really quick of drawing dreams by drawing a dream that I've had and I've never actually drawn yet. So I pulled up some reference pictures and I'll explain the dream to you. So this is a dream that I usually have when I'm either sick, had like the laryngitis, or was just like having a fever, um, or just like, I don't know if it was I just got a good night's rest and that's why I had the dream. But I always had a dream that I was like in this empty space that was like an infinite space. So I looked up like this thing called the Infinity Room, which is like with all those lights and mirrors. But it kind of looked like we were kind of not on a boat, but it was almost like those ceiling pools, which I think are called infinity pools, where it just doesn't end and just goes off into the to the into the cliff. But then the whole thing looked like it was made out of like copper or brass. And there was always like this big ball, and it was like it would shrink and grow, and it was weird. It was like when I tried to grab it, it would get bigger, but then when I walked away from it, it would get smaller. And it was really cool, and I've never drawn it, so I wanted to try to draw that today. So while I'm drawing this one, you guys can kind of peek over my shoulder, so to speak, and see how I go about adding these reference pictures to it. Um, and you guys can try your own, maybe start sketching out your own dreams. And then for the second part of class, I wanted to do the same, but with one of your dreams. So I know, I think Zach had a really funny dream, but if you guys have some other dreams that you wanted to do, or if Zach didn't want to do that one, we can do something else. Okay. So what I like to do is, so obviously first I looked up a bunch of reference pictures that tried to capture the feeling, the vibe. They don't have to all look exactly like what I'm going for, but they just had to capture an element of what I was going for. So let's see. So now that I have these references, I'm going to save that right there and hide that. And I've been really liking using this chalk brush because it's nice and big, and it's also easy to use. It's kind of blends nicely. Okay, so let's see. I start really rough with just like a rough sketch and just try to get the general shapes of things. And what I found too is I can mess around with these effects like the Gaussian blur. let's see. There we go. That's what I wanted. Almost like that. It almost reminded me of like a series of unfortunate events kind of backdrop. It was like a sunset, but like a hazy. Let's see. And let me know if you guys have any questions about this. I feel like there might have been a little sun or something like that there. I haven't had this dream in a while. It was definitely darker, so I'm going to change the brightness right here. Yeah, it was definitely more like this kind of coloring. And then let me do another layer. I'm going to do and it was kind of weird. It was like I had this dream and I had it so many times. Like I've probably had it like it feels like 10 times. But even though that's the kind of the trick with dreams, right? Is that sometimes you could have it once and it feels like because of the dream, it feels like you've had it multiple times. But really you just had it one time. Okay, let's go back to this reference picture. So I definitely wanted to have like a little element of these guys too. There we go. Okay. And I think for this I'll use the airbrush now because this looks pretty airbrushy. And this is why I'm going to draw me as a mutant cat. Oh, awesome, Jet. Perfect. That was one of your dreams. And this is why it's important to always like go back to your basics, you know, and learn. Because right now, all I'm really doing is shading like a sphere, which is like one of the first things that we learn in drawing classes is how to shade a sphere. And draw like how to get the lighting right. And this is already like what we're doing right now is it would be a surrealist painting because we're trying to make it look real and we're using real things as reference, but it's obviously not real. It's very, very dreamlike, which is kind of cool. And I'm pretty sure I was in a boat or something like that. So I'm going to draw myself. Go back to my chalk brush. It was like a very simple, it was like not even a boat. It was like a little kayak or something like that, or a canoe. And what's cool is you can draw yourself however you want. You can, let's see, you can draw yourself cartoony. You can, I've always liked drawing like very surrealist. I think my style definitely veers on more of the realistic style, with a little bit of like, I don't know, like I I feel like it would always just change, but definitely almost like a little Disney style esque. And they would kind of like pop up out of the ground, almost like a little. Do some little ripples in the water. And there was an element to it of, it wasn't raining, but what was I going to say? There's an element to it that was like almost like a grid on the background. So I'm gonna, there's this brush that has, oh, I always love a little lens flare. Let's get that some action in there. Oh, that's behind it. Hold on. Perfect. It was like a checkered pattern. Oh, perfect, like this. Yeah, it was literally just like a grid like this, and it was like over the background. It was almost like it was like the ocean was like in a computer screen or like binary or something like that. But the only thing is I don't want it over. Oh no, I lost the lens flare. Dang. Okay. All right. How are you guys looking? What time are we at? Okay, we're about ready to stop. Yeah, because it had like almost like this grid. I just realized like the metal. I think I'm gonna leave it like that for right now. I'm almost I since I haven't had the dream in a while, I don't really remember. But this is pretty close to what it felt like in the dream. Um, really weird. It's weird to see it now in person. All right, let's take a break and do some karate break. That was trippy. Um, I honestly haven't drawn that ever, and I've had that dream multiple times since I was like a kid. Okay, so this was young teacher Noah. I probably had it like at this age, honestly. Um, and let's do some sensei says. Again, I can't play with you guys, but I can definitely get you guys out with some karate moves. All right, here we go. So I'm just gonna save all that stuff. Okay. Sensei says, ready. Oh, we gotta stretch first too. So stretch your arms. I can't do my other arm. Put over your head. You could bend your wrist like this. Just stretch them out. Bend your fingers back. Gently. Rotate your head. Just stay loose. Drink some water. All right. Ready. Put your pencils down. Let's do some karate moves. Don't worry, we're going to go back. We could keep on drawing. Sometimes I hear that's actually good to stop when you're feeling like you're in a flow, because then you get excited to draw again when it's time to go back into it, instead of like stopping when you're frustrated and you don't want to draw anymore, because then you're going to be not wanting to go back into it. All right. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says side kick, front kick, back kick. Did I get you guys out with any of those? That was super simple, but I don't know, you know, maybe I fooled some of you. Sensei says we're going to do some blocks now, which are right here. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says parry. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Back kick. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says parry. Sensei says rising block. Cross block. Back kick. Sensei says front kick. Side kick. Back kick. Did I get you guys out already? What? No, I'm sure I didn't get any of you guys out. You guys are too good for this. But are you ready for round 3? That's the real test right here. Okay. We're going to add in the attacks, which are right here. And they are straight punch, spear hand, heel palm, hammer fist, back fist, shuto, ridge hand, and vertical fist, which is like from like a boxing position. All right. There we go. Just need to refresh my screen. You're still in, Isabella? I think Isabella is too. So happy, excited to get out today. All right, ready? Here we go. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand, heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist, heel palm. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says shuto. Sensei says ridge hand, vertical fist, cross block. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick, back kick. Sensei says middle block, down block. Sensei says cross block, parry. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist, cross block. Sensei says shuto. Back fist. Sensei says hammer fist, heel palm. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says heel palm, cross block, middle block. Sensei says back fist, hammer fist. Sensei says heel palm, spear hand. Sensei says back kick, side kick, front kick. All right, did I get any of you guys out yet? Let me know. All right. It is time to draw somebody else's dreams. So here we go. Now, before we get into that, I wanted to explain a little bit about dreams from what I've learned and what people have told me. So, first off, this is Salvador Dalí. He definitely experimented with trying to like different amounts of sleep and stuff, and seeing where he could sleep, or if he slept with his, it looks like his dog and his pencils in his hand, to try to get some funky dreams and get ready to draw them. Oh, I got you, Hadassah. Nice. Still in, Isabella. Very nice job. High five. All right. Awesome. He painted his wife a lot. This is his wife, I think, in both of these pictures. And what's really cool... Oh, let me move my big head. There we go. This is his wife and the one right above me. And it's really cool just because it's got... He made it out of, like, orbs and spheres. But it still very much looks like her. I just got so mixed up right now, but I'm still in. Okay, Isabella. And then what's cool is on this picture on the right, it was a portrait that he did of Abraham Lincoln, and I have a smaller version of the same picture to the right of it, so that you could see, if you squint, it looks like Abraham Lincoln, but if you look at it up close, it looks like it's made out of like blocks, almost like, I think it's like Roblox, right? That's what it kind of looks like. I wonder if I'm sure somebody's made this picture like this with Roblox. But what I think is fascinating is that he did all this stuff without the use of a computer. So I don't even know how he did it. He just was experimenting and exploring and painting and did sketches and figured it out, which is just amazing in my mind. And he did a lot of other ones too. So these are ones that he did. The one right behind me is that's of his wife, and it's called what I think it's called. Wait, let me look it up. It's like a long name. It's wife. Salvador Dalí. Dream caused by the flight of a bee around a pomegranate seconds before waking. Um, that's what that one's called. And so if you see, look at right here, this is the pomegranate, and there's a little bee around it, which is exactly what was happening. But then he said that there's like she woke up suddenly because it was like a rifle that was poking into her arm, like the bee stinger, and then like the tigers that look kind of like a bee because of the stripes, and they're coming out of a pomegranate. And we think that maybe he did like a goldfish because a goldfish kind of like the scales or like the eye kind of resemble a bee's eye, where it's like very complex with the scales almost. Um, yeah. Oh, Minecraft. That's what it is. Yeah, totally looks like Minecraft. Is like not super square. Okay, I get Roblox and Minecraft confused. Uh, but yeah, it was like so trippy. And if you look in the background, there's this crazy elephant with long legs too, and then this one over here on the right side, um, he has like different shapes that form a face, and it like blends into a tablecloth. It's really weird, really cool. Maybe he was a yeah, pollinating a pomegranate plant. That's a tongue twister right now there. Here are some other ones that I did. Speaking of like the stretched legs of the elephant, um, where he drew this whole parade of crazy looking animals in the sky, and then there's the one of the melting clocks one that I did with all these cubes that he painted. And what I love is that it looks like it's like on this one, it looks like it's like an ocean right here, but then if you look right here, it actually pulls up like a blanket, which is crazy. Oops. Okay. There we go. Ah, settled again. But it's so cool, all of his like melting clocks that he did, and like they I believe that he did the clocks because it was so supposed to be when he was inspired by Einstein's like theory of relativity, that time is relative, and it almost can bend depending on who's thinking, like who's experiencing the time. So it's kind of like how you could be watching a TV show, or a movie or something like that, and it feels like the hour, the half an hour goes by like that. But if it's like you spent that time doing homework, it feels like an hour and a half or like a half an hour just drags on by, and it takes forever. Um, and I think that's what he was trying to illustrate with that painting, which is kind of cool because he was doing all these crazy concepts um, with in his paintings. And what I've learned from sleep and like studying dreams a little bit and listening to like documentaries is that they dreams, I'm under the belief, I know some people believe that dreams have a deeper meaning. From what I've heard, it seems like it is just your brain like processing information that happened during the day or during your week, and then it's just like kind of like sorting through it, and it doesn't really care if it makes sense or not because it's just like unbiasedly sorting through the information. Um, so it could definitely, I think, be show an example or be an example, almost like a metaphor of what you're experiencing. But I don't think it means that you will experience something else. I think it's just showing you how you're feeling about certain things. And what I've read is that like when you're in the REM cycle, which is like the sleep cycle where you would dream, um, your emotional side of your brain seems to be like firing on all cylinders, and the reasoning side of your brain is actually cranked down, and so it's almost not active at all. So your brain isn't trying to make sense of it all. It's not trying to be rational at all. It's just like feeling raw emotions and letting them flow as they come and go. So that's why dreams can seem kind of crazy or like exaggerated. Um, and then they also found out that when you dream, you have, let me try to say this one right. It's norepinephrine. And this is like the chemical that gets released. Rapid eye movement. Yes, the REM cycle. Yeah. Yeah, I figured you guys would know about this stuff already. I'm sure I'm just like reiterating it to you. Um, the norepinephrine, this is like a chemical that's released and it lets you be awake, and it lets you form memories, and it lets you be like alert. So it's like it gets, I think you get like a jolt of it, like a burst of that chemical when you wake up, and then that kind of helps you be like coherent and pay attention to things. And The serotonin that you also gets released is well. So first off, the norepinephrine, you don't have a lot of that when you're sleeping. So you're not alert, you're not awake, you're not forming memories even because your brain almost doesn't know, isn't awake enough to remember things. So that's why you have a foggy memory of dreams, and you can't really, you don't have full control over what you're doing in your dream. That's why sometimes you'll kick and move around in your sleep. And then you also have this chemical that's released during the day called serotonin, and that's the chemical that lets your body decide like how important things are. So when you're driving a car, you're in a car, you're riding on a bus or something like that, and you see all these things happening outside of you, your brain receives all that information, but then it just, because of it's not releasing a lot of serotonin, it's telling your brain that it's not important for you to remember what every single tree looked like on your way to school, or what every commercial had. Um, but when you're sleeping, the serotonin, it's almost like it's like a lever where you can shut it on, shut it off. You can let a little out, you can let a little in, and that's what we do during the day mentally. But when we're asleep, it's just like completely unplugged, and so your brain has no gauge of whether or not it's important or not. It's not that it's not. It's not that it's getting some or that it's not getting some. It's just like it's completely unplugged, turned off. So everything seems like it could be kind of important. So when you wake up, that's why you kind of have a foggy memory of your dreams, and it kind of feels like it was like some deep revelation that you had, because your brain has no gauge of whether or not it was important or not. Um, because the emotional part of your brain is on. Also, you can find things like that because the rational part of your brain is off, so it can't tell you it's not possible. Exactly, Hadassah. Something Google Translate uses the jump voice. You guys are hilarious. But yeah, so that's like a little bit of insight. That's, I think, all scientifically accurate, as far as I have found out. And so I think that's why dreams are fun to look at, but I don't think they necessarily mean anything. I think they just kind of help you process emotions and things going on in your life. So let's go back to our drawing. Let's see. This is this game called Inside. That's really fun. That my cousin told me that was kind of like one of his dreams. I don't see him in the chat, so I think he might be on a different call right now. Dreams are really tense. But one of you had a really cool dream? Did any of you in the chat let me know if you wanted me to draw and try to create one of the scenes from one of your dreams? I'm looking through the comments right now. I think Zach said, I had a dream of a crazy hotel where you could pick slabs of swordfish steak and then made hamburgers and eat while you watched carrots and chickens dancing. That seemed really cool, so I wanted to draw that one. Okay, so first off, I'm going to look up hotel. Wait, you watched carrots and chickens dancing. Okay, Zach, what kind of hotel are we thinking? Are we thinking like the Grand Budapest Hotel from that Wes Anderson movie? That was a really fun one. It looked really cool. And it felt almost like dreamlike. So I'm going to try to find if they have like dinner, maybe? Oh, perfect. Okay, this is, I think, the scene. And yes, draw a mutant cat walking down the street. Mutant cat walking? Okay. The parking garage was on the roof. What parking garage? Oh, never mind, Jet. Okay. What parking garage are you talking about? Was that where they were having the dinner, and watching the carrots and what are it called? Fighting. Let's see. Carrots and chickens fighting. Swordfish hamburgers. Okay, it was a modern hotel. More modern than this one that I picked up right now. Okay, right now I'm just trying to grab references. Let's see. Let me know if any of these stick out. I'm thinking maybe this would be kind of cool. I'm trying to look at like the cool color schemes that they have. I kind of like feel this one. Let me know if this is. Oh wait, what is this even called? Hold on a second. I think I saw Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll Island Club Hotel Grand Dining Room. Oh, that's spooky. All right. Oh, this almost looks like the same color scheme as like my backdrop. Was it like the Lotus Hotel from Percy Jackson? Oh, did I? Okay, hold on a second. This guy? Okay. This seems like a place that would have swordfish too, actually, so that makes sense. All right, Zach, let me know if this was the right one. This guy looks like he would fit right in there. Oh, this swordfish is so cute. I love it with the black Y. That's the dining room for the Titanic, really? Okay. Lastly, you said Zach was that was the right one. Okay, so I think we're going good with this direction. How much time we have? A couple more minutes. All right, let's start drawing. Okay, so let's see. Just gonna grab some of these colors. Oh, is it underwater? That would be cool. Okay. Let me know how we're doing, Zach. If any of you guys have suggestions of what you think might look cool, Okay. Oh wait, maybe the fighting ring should be in the middle. It looks great. Okay. It's like a stage, like almost like a boxing stage or arena. Boxing ring, that's what it's called. Okay. What did you say? It was carrots and what fighting? Carrots and chickens. You know what? I'm just gonna go for that one. I think I figured it. I think I know what that looks like. No, the monoline brush is a good brush. What brush is that one? This is the chalk brush. Monoline. Let's try that one. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely used the monoline before. Okay, there's our carrot guy. This is the under calligraphy. It's right actually next to the chocolate one. And chicken, right? Okay. Beautiful. It looks even better than I could have pictured it. Okay. This is a pretty funny dream. Zach, right? It was your dream? Oh, they're supposed to be dancing. Oh my goodness. Why did I think boxing? Okay. Hold on. We can get rid of that. Easy peasy. What kind of dancing were they doing? Were they doing the chicken dance? That's correct. All right. That's where we're gonna end it right now. Um, they're doing the chicken dance like the da na 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 na. And we're gonna end it right there. That was pretty fun, guys. Thanks for joining with that. Send me your artwork, send me your dreams. I want to see what they look like at noahfontana@gmail.com or at Teacher Noah on Instagram. The conga. Okay, gotcha. All right, I'll have to switch it up and look up what the conga dance looks like. I don't know off the top of my head. The conga. Oh, like the conga line, right? Duh. This challenge is get some rest and try to draw one of the dreams that you have this week, and then send it to me. Let me know what you guys come up with. It doesn't even have to be good. It can just look like the vibe of your dream, like you could just get a bunch of colors on a page. Congratulations, Isabella. I don't know what we're congratulating you, but congratulations. I'm sure you did something awesome. And also, speaking of congratulations, the winner of Colin's challenge is, drum roll please, Jet. Very nice, Jet. Your microphone and potato won the challenge. I believe Colin's going to try to send you the original printout or like a signed drawing. But in the meantime, I have to talk to him, figure that one out. Yes, today's challenge is sleep. This is Colin's version of your microphone and potato characters. He loved them. He thought they were really funny. These are fantastic. I'm gonna let you guys just take it all in for a second. Very nice job. Thank you for doing it. And Jed, if you look on Instagram, he posted this already, so you could check it out if you haven't seen it. So congratulations on winning that, Jet. And I got your information, so I'm going to send it over to Colin and talk to him about what we can do to send you a little something, I hope. And I think I heard that some of you guys already got the stickers from Teacher Emily too. And then we also have one more challenge coming up, which is the Bucky the Dinosaur challenge. So I'm going to post that on Instagram, and you guys can win the actual plush Bucky the Dinosaur toy if you send me a drawing or post a drawing. So send me your drawings of Bucky the Dinosaur so that you can be in the running to win. It'll be really awesome, and Wilshire will actually send you the stuffed animal. So that'll be so exciting. So I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and all that other jazz. And next episode, we're doing Animal Crossing. So I think we're going to try to design some of our own Animal Crossing characters based on, maybe even design ourselves as Animal Crossing characters too. I will see you guys next week. This is so much fun. I love talking about dreams with you guys. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you later.